Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to tell you about a new immigration pathway to bring in skilled workers selected by Quebec. The International Mobility Program Plus or IMP Plus provides a new work permit option for permanent resident applicants. Because of the insanely long processing time to get your PR from Quebec, the IMP Plus has been launched to accelerate the arrival of skilled workers in the province to help alleviate current labor shortages in Quebec. Applicants will get a 3-year open work permit. Spouses will also get open work permits and children will get study permits as well. Since this is a Quebec immigration program, the 3-year work permit will be province restricted, which means that the applicant has to stay and work in Quebec for at least 3 years. For the year 2022, the cap has been set at 14,700 IMP plus applications. Starting in 2023, the annual cap on accepted applications will be set at 7,350. Now, since it's an open work permit, you can work for any employer of your choice for any job position that you wish to. This new pathway will reduce the waiting time before applicants and their families can move to Canada by around 2.5 years. Until now, Quebec selected skilled workers from overseas countries had to wait until their permanent residence application was approved before they could begin living and working in Quebec, currently estimated at around 31 months or more than 2.5 years, which is really long. With the introduction of the IMP Plus work permit, an applicant who has been selected by Quebec will be able to move to Quebec and begin working and getting settled sooner. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about the new IMP Plus work permit, who can apply for it, what are its requirements, the total cost, processing time, and how to apply for it from your home country as well. So do watch the video till the end. Hey guys, this is Jason from Dream Canada. If you're new to the channel, I show people how to save their money and immigrate to new countries through my videos without the help of any immigration consultants or agents or lawyers. You can find all the process instructions for you to apply on your own through this channel. Subscribe now because all the information provided here is completely free and I answer all your queries in the comments section and on my social handles on Instagram and Twitter, so don't forget to follow us there as well. You can even get in touch with us directly via WhatsApp on the number shared on the screen. Let's start with what the IMP Plus pathway for Quebec actually is. The International Mobility Program Plus or IMP Plus is a new work permit option for Quebec selected permanent residence candidates. This new work permit will effectively reduce the waiting time before applicants and their families can move to Canada by at least 2.5 years. Because of the IMP Plus, applicants can now live and work in Quebec while their federal PR approval is pending, rather than having to wait on federal approval before being able to move. Approved applicants will receive a 3-year province-restricted open work permit, which means they'll be allowed to work for nearly any employer only in Quebec, not in any other Canadian province. Accompanying family members will also be able to get open work permits and study permits as it would apply to them. The cap for the year 2022 has been set to 14,700 candidates in order to clear the huge backlog, following which the cap will reduce to 7,350 per year. In 2021, more than 25,000 Quebec skilled workers were admitted as permanent residents. Coming to the requirements for this new pathway. To be eligible, candidates must be living outside Quebec when they apply. They can be in Canada during the application process, but in any province other than Quebec. They must have a Quebec Selection Certificate or CSQ, which proves that they have been selected for permanent residence under the regular skilled worker program or the permanent immigration pilot program for workers in the artificial intelligence, information technologies and visual effects sectors. If you don't know what a CSQ is and how you can get it, I've explained it in detail in a previous video which I've linked in the description box. You can have a look at that. You must have received a letter of invitation from the province of Quebec to apply for this work permit. This is covered when you apply for your CSQ as well. Lastly, you must have completed an application for a work permit and paid the total fees, which is 255 Canadian dollars. I'll explain the application process later in the video. Now that you know the requirements, let's look at how you can apply. The whole application process for the IMP Plus can be done online. The IRCC website even has guides for both applications from inside Canada and those from outside Canada as well. You can follow these guides for step-by-step instructions on your application. The first step is to collect all your documents that you'll need and scan them so you have scanned copies ready to upload. You'll get a documents checklist from your application guide. Make sure that you collect all the documents mentioned in the checklist and scan them. I'll add a link to your application guides in the description box so you don't miss any documents. The next step is to pay your fees. Your work permit processing fee will be 155 Canadian dollars. Your open work permit holder fee will be $100 and your biometrics fee will be $85 per person. You can pay all of this on the IRCC website, and clear instructions on mode of payment, etc. will be explained in your application guide. Be sure to save receipts for all these payments as you'll need to attach them to your application. Next, you'll need to create an online account on the IRCC website to submit your application form, documents, and check your application status. Clear instructions to create your account will be explained in your application guide. Next comes your documents checklist. After answering some questions on where you're applying from, you'll get a personalized documents checklist. Make sure that you have all the documents mentioned in your personalized checklist and make sure that you have all of them scanned. You now have to fill your application form. Clear instructions to fill your application form will be explained in your application guide. When you fill out the work permit application form, enter the following in the details of intended work in Canada section. For the first box, which asks what type of work permit are you applying for, select Open Work Permit. For box number 4, which asks your job title and brief description of duties, enter CSQ holder outside Quebec (OWP) in the job title box and enter A76 International Mobility Program Plus in the brief description of duties box. For duration of expected employment, enter the date you'd like to start working as the start date and enter an end date for up to 3 years from the start date. The next step would be to upload your documents. You must upload the completed application form, fee receipts, and the documents mentioned in your documents checklist with your application. Once you've uploaded all your documents, your online application will now be complete. After you apply, you'll be notified to give your biometrics, which are your fingerprints and photos, at your nearest VFS centers. Once your biometrics are given, your application will be processed. If your work permit application is approved, you'll get an approval letter that says you're allowed to work in Canada. This letter is called the Port of Entry Letter of Introduction. You should bring this letter with you when you travel to Canada and present it at the Port of Entry. Kindly note that this letter by itself is not your work permit. You'll get your work permit only at the Port of Entry on the day that you arrive in Canada. The work permit you get after you land will outline the type of work you can do, the employer you can work for, where you can work, and how long you can work as well. Alright guys, so that was the new Quebec pathway to get a work permit. For more immigration and travel tips, subscribe to this channel now. Do like this video if you like the content and comment what topic you would like to hear about next. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe for regular updates on immigration and don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. I wish you the best of luck for your application and hope you have a great day.